Oh yes, got it.
Okay. Group 1, you can start with your retrospective.
All right, I guess I will start. So we wrote this retrospective yesterday. It was a Saturday morning, and everybody was a little bit tired and decaffeinated. So there are a few interesting comments in there, but I think it went well all in all. Generally, this was a very successful week. I think definitely for me, I learned a lot. It was very productive, and it was 100% because this is a really good group. Everybody worked together from the jump. We had good communication. I really couldn't ask for better people to work with. So we start for some reason with the stop doing part. We have waiting too long before sending the first PR, and create smaller issues, more detailed tasks in bracket. And these two, in my opinion, really go together. It was when we started out, we made a mistake of kind of making a bunch of big changes, adding a bunch of files, doing a lot of stuff, and kind of stuffing it all on one PR. And of course, it didn't go well, it didn't go through, and we had to then go back and reverse engineer everything. So that was a big takeaway from that, is to make smaller PRs and more PRs and more issues. Break big things into smaller chunks. Anybody want to take over? I don't want to talk by myself.
Okay, I can help.
Could you maybe share your screen so we can see the retro document you guys wrote?
It's been shared on the chat room as well.
But it's nice if it's up in the screen for us to all see.
Yeah, I shared it on the chat, and also you can share it on the screen, no problem.
Okay. So yeah, that was a stop doing, basically creating issues and pull requests way too big, and yeah, running into some checks problems with that, and also realizing that it's hard to keep track and assess the workloads for each member of the group if we do it like that. For instance, Aviv took over the entire header and the logo and also the navigation bar, and I think that was if we would have thought in terms of each specific element, maybe we would have assigned someone else to help with some of that work. So that's that. And yeah, I think I very much agree with Aviv. Most of the week just went very well. We found a good workflow and a good communication strategy. So the planning in general, I think it was good. Maybe and we need to perfect, although we did it, but we need to perfect the signing part in terms of the styling and the aesthetics. So we were talking about defining from the beginning font families and font sizes, and color palettes, and maybe if we want a container for all the information, just so every page can look uniform. And also we need to keep doing, but also perfect how to use units and measurements. So are we going with pixels? Are we going with grams? Are we going with percentages? This kind of stuff. And we did daily check-in calls, some of them longer than others, but in general, just quick check-in calls every day. And that, I think, kept us all on the same path. And everyone was committed to do their part of the work and deliver. So that was definitely very good. We thought of maybe for a future project having 2 people, one in charge of maybe just taking care of the repository, and maybe just the planning and general stuff like that, almost like some kind of administrative role, and also maybe a second person in charge of setting the basics aesthetics of the website. So creating like the global values or the global characteristics for the style sheet. And yeah, and we definitely maybe the biggest problem was not creating something responsive. So basically each team member had a different screen size, and their part of the job looked well on their own screen. But then of course we ran into problems when we shared our work, and yeah, and we don't have a lot of experience making responsive design yet, but that's definitely a goal for the close future. So yeah, that's about the media queries for screen sizes. Small typo there.
Just want to jump in here real quick.
Yeah.
Just regarding what Daniel said about the kind of setting up these perimeters from the early stages, was really helpful to use the root function in the CSS, and that allowed us to set some colors that we chose together that kind of everybody used, and the font type, the font family that went with us for the rest of the project. And I think that we should only like expand it. We should add more stuff to it for next week. Yeah, just wanted to. Anybody wants to add their comments on this?
Yeah, I very much agree with you, Aviv. I think having those general characteristics already defined, it helps a lot. So you can basically concentrate on the content, and maybe of course you need to tweak things and perfect some stuff, some styles in detail. But I think in general it helps a lot to have some general values so everyone can build on top of it. What else? Well, so yeah, we want to apply media queries for that, and we also need to comment a little bit more the code, I think, for everyone to see and to know what the thought process of each group member is. And I think we did okay with the project board and the development strategy and the backlog and all of that. But we were also talking about, and this is something I already said before, just breaking everything into smaller pieces a little bit. That would also reflect what type of work is being done on the project board. And I don't know if any of you guys from my group wants to add something else, please interrupt me. And yeah,
Maurice, Doreen, jump in, guys.
Good morning, everybody.
Ahmed, yeah.
Nothing special to add, just to agree with you that we have done a great job, and now we need to go further. It means that we need to agree on a specific aspect of the design, especially because we noticed that even a small aspect of the design can change the whole work. So this is something that we need to face, or to need to clarify next week. So thank you guys for the great job we have done so far.
Yeah, definitely. We all agreed that that's something that we need to perfect and to work on for future projects. Well, so most of the week went as expected, I would say. Of course, we ran into problems, but a good thing was as well that we were there to help each other, when necessary. So that was also very nice to have everyone on the same boat, trying to help everyone else. And basically, we concluded that we didn't run into conflict with the plan, because the plan was a bit too general. So we didn't define everything in detail, and maybe that's why everything went as expected, because what was expected was not super specific, basically. And well, so that's something we want to add for the next project. So smaller, more specific issues, unified styles, and I would add here the person who would take care a little bit more than the others for the repository and the project board and that type of thing. I think we could add that somewhere here. So yeah, that was our week. I don't know if maybe Darin wants to add something.
Excuse me.
Actually, I want to thank every group member. We worked as we planned. We communicated every day, and that was awesome. We tried to solve each other's problems. I think a week was too short to finish a big website, and we wanted to finish that as much as we can. I think there's nothing more to add, actually, because we discussed this earlier. I have nothing to add.
I'd like also to add to thank Tamer for helping us out. It was a little bit difficult to communicate on the first day remotely, but afterwards was very responsive. He helped us a lot with the issues we had over the week, and definitely solved a lot of problems that probably would have been stuck on until now if it wasn't there.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
We're open to questions. I don't know if the coaches have also something to add. Tamer maybe wants to add something as well. He was along all the process, and maybe he has something to tell us, a little bit of feedback maybe.
Yeah, Jalila, what do you think? We should hear whole groups, or we should start group by group?
I think for the feedback, it will be good to have each group feedback.
Yeah,
It'd be
for me,
nice
I
to-
don't. Yeah.
Let's keep maybe a tighter schedule, say no more than 5 minutes per group.
Mhm.
Yeah, for a feedback and retro.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Let's make it 10 minutes. Then 5 minutes for both cannot happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So then, but then keep the presentation retro to 5
Yeah.
minutes or so, and then the feedback comes after.
Great.
Mhm.
That way we can move through this a little quickly.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. You did a really great, thorough presentation. But one thing that we should work on is shorter, more succinct. And then,
Time.
because a lot of what you did was great, but it's like more the discussion that we might want to have after hearing from each group. Since
Okay.
there's a lot of things you brought up that would be great to discuss once we've seen how other groups have done it. Like especially the roles within teams, that's something we can discuss all together because different groups had different issues with that.
Sure.
So, yeah.
You can go ahead, Tamer, if you have any
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah, I just have one comment. Please, Ivan, Samir, and Tiago, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the project board is the responsibility of each member of the team. So I can't assign one member to handle issues, to move it from to do to doing and review. So if I will assign myself an issue, I will move it by myself from to do to doing column. Okay, and so on. So it's not making sense to in charge somebody to do that job. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, may I add something, Tamer?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I mean, if let's say my colleague is responsible or assigned to a specific issue, how could I know let's say I'm responsible for the project board. How could I know his status? How could I know he just finished or didn't finish? It's not my job. It's everyone. So if the issue assigned to you, you're supposed to move your issue as a project board because other colleagues, other collaborators, they don't know your status. You have to move it.
But I think it's that assigned to you thing that is causing some trouble too, where it's not like one person in the group is assigning tasks to other people. The tasks are simply on the to-do column and you claim tasks for yourself as you have time. And then so there it becomes a matter of individual responsibility that when you claim an issue, you do assign it to yourself and you finish it before you claim another. So you don't have 3 or 4 issues that you've assigned yourself and then not enough tasks for the other people. I think that's also related to the group member stuff, like the team roles, where the project owner, if you have one of those in your group, they're not the taskmaster telling everyone what to do. They're just facilitating the planning and communication, making sure that you find times that work for everyone, making sure that everyone has what they need, rather than the centralized person making sure everyone does what they should do.
Okay, if there is no other feedbacks, let's move to group 2. Anyone from group 2, you can share your retrospective MD on screen, and then we can move.
Okay, I'm from the group number 2. I would like to listen to my college, first of all, really.
Okay, I can start if you want.
Do you have retrospectives?
Yeah, a little. I just send it.
Yeah, can you share it?
Okay, I can share it, I think. Do you see?
Yes.
Okay, I just added today because what I did and what I understood in this last week, because last week we spoke about the time schedule, when will we meet in this week, and Monday and Tuesday I was free, but later I didn't have time. So one of the biggest problem I see in our group to time management and to make a meeting. I think I don't know what Eduard and the other guys thinking about this. And one of the biggest issue, I think this one. And I don't see some specification about the issues, like who is doing what and the other one is doing what. So the last time I remember from the Samir said that, okay, one of us should be the team leader. What I mean, he or she just manage the what and who will do this. But we will decide it firstly, and then we will just distribute these, and then everybody knows that what will he or she do in the future. So I didn't get it, I think. Maybe I missed, I lost, I am not sure. But everybody can understand without meeting. Just look at the board in GitHub and understand what she or he do and what is his tasks, I think. And these are my issues I think I have. And maybe Eduardo add something. Thank you.
I want to add something also. A team leader, I think he's not responsible for all of the work. It's a teamwork. It's not just team leader work. I send a lot of times to make a Zoom meeting to meet. Also, I see everybody didn't have time, so I send the ideas on Slack. Also, no one answering. So I don't know what can I do more than that. Then I have contact with Eduardo, and we discuss a lot of things. Eduardo did the backlog, the development strategy. He did the wireframe. I did the constraints and communication, and I asked every person to fill his side also, but not all fill everything. I did the navigation bar. I work with it. Eduardo assigned me to do this, and I assigned him to do the body also. Also, he's working with it. That's all I can add it. If I'm wrong, correct me.
You're right. I want to say that I'm really upset with this group. Really, we don't have any communication. First of all, I want to say to you, Neff, thank you so much, because you have been the alma mater of the group during this week, and you have stay okay, just trying to keep in contact with all of us. So Monday and Tuesday I was really off of the project, really, because I was sick. So I'm so sorry about that one. Maybe this is a reason why, I don't know. So, but yes, thank you so much, because you've been there all the time. So I just want to say that we need to be problem solver. You don't have to think about, okay, if no one is going to organize my work, how I can continue. No, man. You have to be problem solver, and you have to take the tackle. Okay, well, I need to do that one. I have the basic thing how to do that. Come on, let's go. And if you don't see anything clear about what is going on, just communicate with the group. I think this is the mainly problem. We didn't communicate in all the week. So now today we are in the group receiving, okay, can I upload this one? Can I do a pull request today? Come on, let's go. It doesn't have any sense. So I don't know how to express. Okay, this like really I cannot express, because I cannot express these kind of feelings in English, because
No, it's okay. Thank you, Eduardo. And also about your sick, I'm sorry. And also thanks for the Nathan for the really good heart working. And I really emphasize that really, because Monday and Tuesday I was really free, because I have a school, and then the other days I'm not. That's why in Monday and Tuesday we didn't do something, and we didn't decide what will we go what will happen. So after you have time and you did it, and that's great. Thank you for your support. And I just waited that it's okay, they will do something, and they will just assign me something like body, or I don't know, footer, header, this some parts. That's why I just waited, and I just understand to look at the board, but I didn't understand because issues are not clear, I think. That's why I just want to emphasize that. Thank you also. If I'm wrong, just correct me.
No, I just wanted to say that I think I don't want to extend the time, okay? Because a lot of groups has to speak. So I think it's the non-communication, and it's like, okay, it's so easy. Like there is one team leader that has to be organized, and I think it's not the correct way. I think this is a team and has to be a communication, and we have to understand the situation, the personal situation, and the professional situations of everyone. But I think there is not correctly feedback, and finally we create the Loruki project from the scratch to create a really nice website. Never create the NAP, but finally it's a mess, everything. So really, yeah, one of groups needs to talk. So lack communication, and really upset about all the experience. And thank you so much, Nev, for everything, really.
No, I want to thank you also. You correct something from the nav bar, so it was nice also. Thank you.
Feedback from coaches? I think it's clear what the problem was with the group. It's not a problem, but it's something that you're going to fix for the next project. But some feedback.
I hope we can meet at least one time to discuss everything, to know from where to start, what is the project, what everything. It's a teamwork. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Samir.
Yes, I just want to add something. Now, when I mentioned the project leader, his job's what's supposed to do. When he starts the project, he will create a repo, he will organize, just add the project board. And after that, he will not work on everything. That's not possible. That's not his job. You all supposed to work together because it's a project. I mean, it's everyone's job. When I say the project leader only creates a repo, and after that, add collaborator and make project board. That's it. Then everyone, you should discuss among each other, write development strategies and write your issues and assign your issue. Or after that, maybe you can just add your issue to the do list. And after that, according to your time, maybe climb an issue, as Ivan said, and work on that. So the project board is just because he's a project leader doesn't mean he's supposed to work on everything. It's not possible.
Yeah, thank you so much for remark that one, Samir, really, because I think it is so simple to say, okay, the project leader has to be in charge of everything and organizing everything. No, and I think this is really nice remark, because the project leader set up all the project, but everyone has to be responsible and to be in contact with the group. So thank you so much for this remark, because it's like we need to know that one, and we need to hear that one, okay? That the project leader is not responsible for your work and for your work and for your work. No, you are responsible to be okay on time and to apport to the group. So
can I express something? Yeah, okay. Maybe I misunderstood, because the project leader, what's his job? I mean that just the assignation part, just one person assign all the others. But no, that's because misunderstood. Everybody just assign the issues himself, or that is the problem I got, because I just waited to just one person assign the others, and then the other accept and then do this. So the problem is, I think that, so maybe misunderstood. Maybe this is not about the project leader do all the things.
Of course, you will not do everything. It's a group project where you all need to discuss between each other. Now, as a project leader, normally just create the repo, create a project board, add all of the colleagues, the collaborator, and after that, you should discuss between each other. You have to write everything together. You have to work everything together. The development strategy, creating issue, maybe assigning issue. It's very important.
Okay, thank you. I got it now.
Okay, great. We'll discuss more also with the groups after this call. Group 3.
Yes, that was me, Alina, and Abu, and Tamina. We started off just the three of us, and then Abu was added in. We took on each our role, but we worked together on everything. But we did try to divide the whole project into smaller bits, so each of us would have a part. Like the development strategy, we simply divided it into 4 pieces. That's why it also looks, I said that to Evan, it looks a little bit messy maybe on our project, not the project board, in the issues and in the pull requests, but it was simply because we did one each, just so we all could try it out. But I think for my part, I learned a lot from the others. Also, this week for me has been more about learning how to teamwork and collaborate with GitHub and using those features, using the project board, using the issues and pull requests and everything. Not so much focus on my side on the HTML for that part, but of course done what was supposed to be done. We didn't do the retrospective. We put it in an issue. We didn't have time. There was other things that was focused on. We had some problems with because me, Tamina, and Alina, we are available during the day. Abu had to work, and we are not so easy in the evening, so it was really difficult finding times to meet. You know, and when he works full time, it's not easy to get everything done. So that was difficult finding a way to meet up somehow. So I don't know what could be done about that. But from my side, I think this week I really learned a lot, at least. But the teamwork part definitely we need to learn more to work in a team and help each other out when we can, if there's questions, you know. But we had meetings every day, which I think was great. We had one meeting midweek where we were in person. That was really great. So I loved that for sure. And then if anybody else from the group wants to say anything. The quiet group.
Yeah, and thank you, Sana. It was a very nice week, and as Sana said, we had we learned to work with each other, but still we missed one of our group member. So he was doing something by his own, and we are doing in our group work, and that made a little bit mess, but everything in general was going very well. As we are not supposed to do all the project to finish it, at least we managed to start it.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yes. 2 minutes.
Okay. 2 minutes. Okay. No, it's 1 minute. Okay. I want to add that I have a full-time work, so I cannot meet during day. So before 6 o'clock, I cannot meet, and I try to find a way to find how to make my part. So I listen a lot for the Slack and see what I should do. So I'm trying to do my part, but I did not think that they did all things together as a team. I think it's a team work, so you have your part and I have my part, so we can make it like this. So I think we can fix this in the next time. So we can find a common time to meet, for example, 2 times per week. But for the start, I think it's a good way to work with my team. Thanks for all of team members, and sorry for missing
No
the
problem.
meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Any feedbacks from the coaches?
Yep. About the not being able to reach each other at the same times. Of course, it's going to be hard to figure out. You won't get it in 1 week, but that is the whole point of these workflows that you're learning and the way that you're learning to divide and share tasks. It's so that you don't need to be together at the same time. And so that's where the issues come in place. Once you, in the first couple of days as a group, you write a development strategy. So everyone has a kind of the same idea of what you're trying to build. You have your design. And then once the issues are on the project board, it doesn't matter if you can meet at the same time or not, because you claim an issue when you have time and you assign someone to review it. Of course, it's nice to have retro meetings or sprint meetings, but you can also do those without everyone. You can do it maybe with just the people that are reviewing your pull request. So that's something to work for, is front loading in the week a lot of your planning and coordinating. That's also what the communication markdown file is for, to post how much time you have, because it's quick thought on that too. It's not about being able to give full time. It's about being honest up front with how much time you have, so that others know they can count on you, so that you know if you claim an issue, you will have time to finish it. So it's okay if you can only close 1 pull request in a week, but then just let your group know that and don't start 3 pull requests that you can't finish. So those are sort of my thoughts on the scheduling availability. If you focus a little more on planning, so this is something I saw other groups do as well. For example, you write the development strategy over the whole week while you're writing the code. Well, that's not really helpful for the people who can't make it along the week. So you do all of this planning up front. That way, for the rest of the week, you can just go your own times.
Thank you, Ivan. There are some suggestions on the chat. You can take a look as well for everybody. Okay, I guess I'll move to group 4. Group 4.
Good morning. I will talk from my point of view, but to be honest, the last 3 days I was sick. I didn't participate much with the group.
Sorry to break you in, but if you have a retrospective document, can you please share it?
Yeah, we did. It's
Please?
on the it's on the chat. Yeah. We to share the screen, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we didn't discuss on the retrospective, so I wrote my ideas. For me, I see that some people on the group did a lot of work individually. That is, it was a great work, a great effort, but it's not fair for them because they took a longer time than the rest of the group. And it's the idea of the group is to work together and to discuss more. And this is thing we couldn't do because we had a lot of conflicts in the availability. And we didn't meet, we just communicate through Slacks. I think that we should work more as a group on each task. Even though we had assigned tasks, we should concentrate more on the planning, on the development strategy. We didn't talk much about that. I think that is the most important before starting working actually on the codes. I don't know about the rest of the groups, if they want to say something. Yeah.
Anybody else from group 4?
We had
Yes, go ahead.
We had issue getting to make a meeting for each other, but we tried our best to make everything work well. Some of us were not even available, like Rumpam. He was really trying, but I think he had no time. For Zakaria, he was trying his best to get in line with us. So we're trying to create some small meetings to actually get into line with us, because we actually need everyone. So for the project, Omar Java and Ashnafi, they did really good, because they actually work on their homepage together, and also the Ashnafi assigned tasks to each other, to everyone. So I took the contact page, Malvat took the other page, about us, and so on. So the issue we had was that we could not actually break down the project, because we could not even understand the Agile. We were always talking about it, the Agile development, always we talk about it, but there was no time. We tried to organize meetings, either 1-2 people. That is the problem. But I think with time, we are going to get into touch with each other. So that is, I think Ashnafi has a lot to say about this, because he was trying his best to get everyone online. Ashnafi, are you there?
Yes, Hans, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I think...
We can't hear you well, Ashanafi.
Oh, okay, maybe. How about now? Can't hear me? Hello? Hello?
It's very far away. Your voice is very far away.
Just up your volume or your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's good now.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the sound problem. I think my group teammates have already said what should be said about the retrospective of our group. In general, I can say we have a very nice week, but that doesn't mean that everything was perfect. Then I can have some comments to add. From the beginning, we try to create issues to divide the tasks among our group members. And we have a 5-page website. So we created among 6 people, then 1 person was responsible for designing header and footer parts of our website, and the remaining 5 members were creating the other parts of the website. So hopefully anyone can see what our last website looks like, or the current result of our website. So coming back into the planning and collaboration, and there is the agile development style. Yeah, there were a lot of problems, especially communication. Again, still it remains to be difficult to manage, especially in this last group. We are 6 people in the same group, and some of them even were not available from the beginning of the assignment. So mainly we focused on communicating using Slack, and we try our best to create some feedbacks, to redesign, to make it responsive, and so on. So we didn't have so much time to create a meeting. I remember there was one meeting with 3 people only, then that was the only meeting that we had. But we tried our best to communicate through Slack. So it was not as expected, but it was good. But because everyone was assigned with a specific task, like if one person assigned with about us page, then that about us page, that person will be responsible to create the backlog, the user persona. Of course, the user persona is for all of the website, the backlog of that, how the development strategy of that, and also try to agree with the proposed wireframe of our design. So the task management, the task division was simple enough to do it in non-linear manner or in individual basis. But there was a difference in accomplishment between the group members. One could be fast, the other could be late, and there could be also some other challenges, life challenges, everyone not available at the same time, or there could be something missing because there is no clear clarity among what clarity on what you are doing. So I think I can say it was good. Every member was motivated, especially at the beginning, but later on it starts to fall out. Then that is a thing that I observed it, and I guess that could be easily improved if everyone can catch with what they are doing.
Okay, great. Now that we have heard from all the groups, group members and groups, maybe the coaches can give the feedbacks that they have, and pros and cons that they saw the group.
Yeah, I will just add a small note for the whole groups. This is not a competition and challenge between groups, so they can communicate between each others, and they can share the experience between each others as a groups in the main channel. And also I would like to mention the concept about meetings. So the meeting, it should not be 1 hour, 2 hours. 10 minutes every day is enough. And you can start your meeting straightforward. Mention, for example, I have finished the title. I couldn't finish the logo, okay? And I will finish it by today. And I will start, for example, with a navigation bar. That's it. So it will cost me just 2 minutes. For each member, 2 minutes is enough. And that's it. 10 minutes every day, it will be enough. It's not important to have 1 hour, 2 hours. So that's it, what I would like to add.
Definitely. That is great. Tiago, would you like to add?
Just to summarize what have already been said, I think the 2 big trends that I see this week is the issues are too big often. So try to do smaller issues. It's easier to debug, to review, to code, and it's more agile because you can change it more easily if it doesn't go the right way. And the other trend is communication, of course. Communication is super important, especially when you start, especially when you don't know the group very well. So yeah, and each group might have its own preferred methods. So like Tamar said, short meetings are better because yeah, it's no use to get 1 hour each day. And yeah, if you can't do enough meetings by video call or by audio call, you can also use GitHub for that. You can comment on issues. There is also a discussions panel on GitHub that you can use to discuss, and that way you can start a discussion in the morning and the other person can respond in the evening, for example. It doesn't have to be at the same time. So keep that in mind if you don't have time to do in-person meetings. I think that's it.
And if 2 of you or 3 of you are meeting in the group, you can have a timestamp, like you can write down what you have discussed and what you have what you are going to do, and you can write it down on the wiki, or like he said, Thiago said, on the discussion channel, and then the others can follow that discussion as well. Okay, Evan?
Nothing to add, all been said.
Okay, Samir?
Well, I've already sent a few remarks, I guess, on the chat. I've seen one group, they are discussing about what to do in Slack. As Diego mentioned here, I mean, on the issue or in your project board, you have as the issue, you can comment whatever you want. You can write whatever you want. You don't have to use Slack. And also for the development strategy, as far as I see, they are not really details. Most of them, they are not mentioned the different branch they are developing on. I guess it's very important to mention when you write an issue, you have to mention everything. You have to be detailed. Yeah, they will be changed, but the more you are detailed, the more your job will be easy. The development strategy is like a guide. If your development strategy is good enough, you will be able to work to code very easily. That's from my side.
Okay, great. If you have any other questions, we have 5 minutes, we can discuss. No? Miroslav, anything you want to add?
Yeah, hi everybody. So like from the next class, I will try to help out the coaches. So I just wanted to say that I've been there, I know your pains. So yeah, like it's a real challenge to like the communication and teamwork is really important. So be patient and like if you can make time, for example, today or tomorrow, just to make the first plan, like a simple scratch, what you're gonna do in the next week, then the rest could be like just typing messages in Slack. If you know what you need to do, then the rest would be like more simple. So yeah, make that effort, have that small first like defining of the development strategy, and then yeah, it's easier.
Absolutely. We survived. So Miroslav and I survived. So you'll be fine. I will introduce, would you like to introduce today's topic, Evan, or?
Sure. So the topic today is not really a new topic. It's just more practice on the same thing. So all these mistakes that you guys had that we discussed that you brought up in your retrospective, you get a chance to do it one more time better this week. We'll start new groups, and this time it's a 2-week project. So this week, it might have been harder to make it through the development because you were still figuring out how to do everything and how to plan it and set it up. Now you have 2 weeks, so you can get the planning done first half of this week, and then you have a week and a half to build everything and make it pretty. So the project this week is to try to rebuild the Hack Your Future homepage. And you don't need to make it look anything like ours. You should practice the whole design. So thinking about who needs to use our website, what do they need to get out of it, and how can you make a better website? Could be completely different styles, could be completely different pages. But here you'll also really want to do prioritizing. Prioritizing not just user stories, but different user personas. So we have coaches that want to come help. We have students that want to sign up. We have possible funders that want to see what we're about so they can give us money, which is always great. So how are you going to prioritize these different users? And how are you going to make sure that each user can find what they need very easily on the website without getting lost in information that's irrelevant to them? So of course, along the way, a lot of planning, a lot of communication. They'll get a lot more time to practice CSS, since hopefully you can get everything moving a little faster than you have a week and a half to focus on the layouts and the styles if you want to. So that's it. Make us a better website. we'll
Yes,
make new groups
please.
and that's it.
I think new groups will be after one model, so they'll be staying in the same
Okay.
group for this one. But you have 2 weeks almost, so you'll have more time to plan, discuss, and do everything that you need to do. One thing we want you to focus on, like he said, like Evan said, is the user persona. So who is at the website for, what are they visiting it, which sections are more meaningful for each user, and which sections are more important for, and how will you prioritize each user in a backlog and development strategy. The other things that I want to mention is don't forget that you still have to do your vocabulary and snippets, and some of you have not done also your bio MD. So please do that as well, because you have 2 weeks now. There's no complaining that it's short timing. Now you can go to your groups. I'll stop this recording now.